Welcome to RT International Live from Moscow. I'm Daniel Hawkins. Welcome to the program. Well, we start with breaking news for you this hour. Damascus has confirmed that Syrian army positions were attacked on Saturday by cross-border shelling from Turkey. RT's Roman Kosarev joins me now live in the studio with more details. Roman, thanks for joining us. What other details do we have from Damascus about what's happened this week?
Well, this is obviously huge. The Syrian government is directly accusing Turkey right now. In a letter to the UN, Damascus says that the Turkish shelling targeted the Syrian army and Kurdish positions in northern Syria as well. Apparently, shots came from Hatay province in Turkey, and that's bordering another 3 provinces over in Syria. And in that same letter to the UN, Damascus says that this Turkey's action amounts to direct Turkish support for terrorists, and Ankara's actions are a blatant interference in Syria's affairs.
So strong words there from the Syrian government. And of course, this isn't the first time we've seen allegations of these sort of cross-border attacks, is it?
Absolutely. You don't have to look that far back. Back on the 1st of February, a couple of weeks ago, Russian Defense Ministry, as well as Syrian opposition groups, they presented video evidence showing Turkish military shelling of Syrian territory, and they were using heavy artillery. And of course, that was all positioned right on the border or close to the border. Now, at that time, Russian military spokesperson called it irrefutable proof that Turkey shells Syrian settlements with large caliber self-propelled artillery systems. And mind you, this is all happening despite the ceasefire that was brokered in Munich a little bit earlier at the security conference there. But it looks like not everyone is interested in de-escalating the already dangerous state of affairs in Syria. Let's have a listen.
This is an actual declaration of war by Turkey against Syria. Turkey can say that it is merely pursuing hostile rebels in hot pursuit into Syrian territory, but the reality is this is a declaration of war by Turkey on Syria. As such, Turkey is also trying to provoke Russia into becoming directly engaged.
And after this latest incident, how serious do you think Turkey's intent is towards Syria?
Well, again, we're getting announcements today that Turkish media said that their arrival of Saudi Arabia's military jets at Turkey's Incirlik air base had already taken place, and this deployment is said to be a part of the US-led effort to defeat ISIS. That's according to the Turkish foreign minister. But that could further de-escalate the already turbulent situation in Syria, because Turkey and Saudi Arabia, again, according to their foreign minister of Turkey, they do not exclude a ground operation in Syria. And of course, the invasion of uninvited troops could definitely further deteriorate the situation there in Syria.
Roman Kosarev, thanks for joining us. I'm sure we'll be hearing more from you later on that story. Well, Turkey has shelled Kurdish positions in Syria for a second day running now. This video was released by Kurdish media, claiming it shows Turkish shells exploding near an airbase in northern Syria on Saturday. We've not been able to verify the video independently as of yet. The Kurds had captured the airbase from jihadists earlier this week, as political analyst Barzan Iso, who is also a resident in the area, confirmed to RT.
Since 2012 until now, the base is under control of Ahrar and al-Nusra. Just 2 days ago, YPG and Syrian Democratic Forces take control. And today, Turkey started to shell it with the mortar. They shelled it since afternoon. And Turkey is doing its best to prevent Kurdish forces and also Syrian Democratic Forces to liberate all this area from ISIS and Jabhat al-Nusra and Ahrar al-Sham.
Well, Ankara has told the Kurdish forces to withdraw from the positions it captured in northern Syria and insists the attacks were a retaliation.
Turkey has responded to these groups linked to the Kurds, which represent a threat to Azaz and are trying to establish their own territory in Syria.
Washington has urged Syrian Kurds not to take advantage of the confused situation in the country by seizing new territories. A State Department spokesperson also said the US is urging Turkey to stop the shelling. Historian and political analyst Ronald Sunni says Turkey may be unwilling to heed warnings from Washington.
Definitely, it's an escalation. It's a kind of probe to see what the United States will do. The Turks are testing their alliance with the United States here. That's very important. Erdogan made a speech quite vigorously warning the United States that it had to choose sides with the Kurds or with the government of Turkey. So the U.S. is caught in a very difficult position. The Russians, Lavrov, the Foreign Minister Lavrov, has said that the Kurds, who have been fighting very effectively against ISIS, the YPG in Syria, should be included in the peace talks. The Turks are against that. The Americans seem to be going along with the Turks on that front. It's a complicated situation, but this is a serious, serious escalation.
Well, Washington indeed has conflicting loyalties as it considers both Ankara and the Kurds as allies in the war on terror.
Kurdish fighters have been some of the most successful in going after Daesh inside Syria, and that support will continue.